have a small problem. We know of one damage, it's best to get it properly inspected. Delivery is off center. Oh no. James and Sam are actually on their way down to London as I speak. We get to play with some cool equipment. We're talking 4K, 1000 frames a second. Welcome back to another week in the life of me as the founder and owner of Menace Media, where I give you a glimpse into the behind the scenes of what it takes to run a company like this and create amazing videos. Kicking things off with this week, I have a small problem. As you might have seen in my other vlogs, there's a load of like cool red lighting, and we turned it off last week for a shoot, but I can't figure out how to get it back on. So clearly this is important. I need the vibe back. Fun fact, up until the last couple of computers have hand built and spec'd every single PC in this building, and one of the things that I love as a bit of a gamer is RGB lighting. So I make sure that all the computers have got cool lights because I love that shit. It's cool. But anyway, that's not important. Let's move into this week. So kicking things off, it's just after 7 AM on Monday, and what I like to do on a Monday is get in early before everybody else, and I like to go through the week ahead. So that's planning everybody's weeks, which they're already blocked out, but I have to review where we are with last week just to make sure that nothing has to be carried over. Any last minute requests that need to be rescheduled, juggle priorities, making sure that things are right, in the right places rather, and with the right person. Once that's done, I jot down all of my notes because we kick off every week with a kickoff, which is a selection of, it used to be a group thing. At the moment, lately, there's not as many group projects, so I'm doing them as one-to-ones this week because there's no point in me having everybody in the room so that everyone can hear everyone's things. It's a waste of time. So this week I'm going to do them as one-to-ones. Then I'm going to clear out all my emails because, as you would have seen last week, I was off on Friday. After that, today's a pretty big admin day. I've got a big proposal to put together, which is quite exciting. However, after the briefing call, I lost a little bit of confidence in the project, but I'm still going to put together a proposal. I've thought about it a lot over the weekend and I've got some ideas. And then moving into later in the week, we've got a project down in London, filming an event and a bunch of case study content. And other than that, it's just a massive post week. The last few weeks have bbeen back-to-back shoots, lots and lots of filming, and we have a lot of editing to get through. I just remembered as well, the edit test. Do you remember, in a minute, for those of you that haven't seen anything so far, we're in the middle of recruiting a new senior videographer to join the team. The process goes as follows: first interview, shoot test, edit test, final interview if necessary, and then the offer. However, on this occasion, I was so impressed, or we were so impressed, with one of the applicants in particular, that we offered them a conditional offer early doors, meaning if they complete the edit test to satisfactory level, they get the job. That person accepted that offer. They took their edit test brief last Monday or Tuesday, and last night I received the edit test. I've not watched it, it's the download. I need to download it now and watch it, and then later I'll review it with the team. If it's good, we're locking in with this new applicant, which is huge. I've got big hopes. I'm really praying that it's a wicked edit, and I'm excited to watch it. We interrupt today's program to get these lights on. Obviously, I choose red. Where's the lighting? That's pinky. Where's red? There's red, that's part of the lights. There we have it. The lights are back on, they're red. They look cool. It's time to finally get into this week. I'm gonna watch this edit test. The files are downloaded. So for your reference, we're gonna have to blur this, as this is a secret thing that we can't disclose, unfortunately. However, based on my reaction, you'll know how I feel about this.
How clear is kind of email?
I'm very happy with that. It's not the best edit test we've ever had, but I didn't expect it to be, because obviously we've recruited for dedicated video editors in the past, and obviously they 100% hone their craft as editors, whereas this is a videographer and his primary role is filming. It's very good. It's definitely at the level that I would expect, and it's definitely up there in top 3 of the edit tests that we've ever had. So I'm chuffed with that. Now I've just got to review it with Max and Ben, and if they're equally as happy with the result, we're good to go. Been a few days since I've been in the office, so only right that we have a coffee. I haven't had a coffee in like 4 days or so, which doesn't sound that bad, but yeah, just energy drinks for the last few days, which is not that good. I forgot to weigh the thing, so I'm just guessing, and usually I have to put a little bit extra on, so I'm assuming what I just did by adding a bit extra was the right choice. I suppose we'll find out once we taste it. already tell from just like the volume of liquid in there that was the grounds were either not fine enough or there wasn't enough of them. So let's see, there should be, the ideal amount is about 36 to 40 grams and we have 72. Not a bad thing. I prefer it to be too much liquid than not enough, because not enough means it'll be sour. This just means it'll be watered down. That is very full. Okay, so coffee in hand, didn't spill any. I got a question for my fellow gamers out there. Call of Duty Black Ops released on Friday of last week. I spent a lot of the weekend playing it. Can't lie, loving it. I haven't played a COD in years. Like, when I was a kid, Call of Duty was huge and I very much loved it and played a lot of it, and then just for the last decade or so, other than the hype during the pandemic with Warzone, I didn't really play much. But when this Black Ops 6 thing came about, I was quite excited, and I can't lie, I'm loving it. Anyway, some more good news for this morning. We've just had a previous client get in touch with a project. We sent them a quote this morning already. They've just accepted it. That is mental, rapid, love that. I mean, to be fair, it had to be mental and rapid because they need the video turned around by first draft on Wednesday, final draft Friday. So pretty tight turnaround, but nothing we're not unfamiliar with. And especially with this client, it seems like that's the norm with every project we do for them. Other than that, I am now going to review some drafts. While I was away on shoots last Thursday / annual leave Friday, Marta finished up some of our new case study videos that we've been working on for ourselves. And I'm just going to go review those now, and then fingers crossed, unless there's anything minor that needs to be tweaked, they'll be ready to publish, which is amazing. And they've been a great success for us. Obviously, we make those for other companies too. Case studies are they're just fantastic. It's someone talking about you, your service, what went well, and why they chose you, why they use you, why they like using you. And that's just an amazing piece of marketing or sales material. You don't just post them out and receive jobs immediately, but you use them as a sales tool. So if you're in the middle of a proposal, it turns out to be in an industry that you have a good case study in, you can use that as collateral to further push the fact that you are the right fit for the project, which I think is awesome. But anyway, going to review those now. I'm excited. Good morning, welcome to Tuesday. A little bit of a rush this morning because you might remember from last week, we had a little issue with a little, I'm not going to call it a friend, crawling around in the engine bay of the van and causing some minor havoc. So it's going off to the garage now. I'm just about to take it just to get an inspection and then a quote to remedy any damages. That we know of one damage that's relatively minor, but obviously it's best to get it properly inspected, as that is our primary workhorse and it's super important. So I'm gonna head out now, get that sorted, and then when we get back, straight into the thick of things. I am running late, but the vlog needs to be done. That will certainly do. There she goes. Alright, you wanna do that? Thanks for giving me a lift.
It's alright, no worries.
Delivery.
Good boat.
Yeah, boy. Try mum. So this should be our new quarter zip and t-shirt to trial. Benjamin. Let's see these t-shirts. Oh, well that actually looks really nice. But the small one always looks good. It's the big one. Ooh. The stitching's good, but it's like crinkled the material a bit. But maybe once I wear it, it'll push out. Yeah. It feels weird on my back, I'm not gonna lie.
Once that's ironed, I think it'll look better.
I'm a fan of this.
Yeah, that looks very good.
I'm a fan of this. Does it look all moulded? No, I can't understand it.
This is just the way the t-shirts sit. It looks awesome. The fabric that hasn't answered on the shoe line.
Is that actually off centre?
Slightly to the left, I would say. It does actually look like it too.
It's off centre? Oh no. I think this is cool. You might have to try it on Benjamin so I can see. It is off to the left. That's definitely to the left a little bit. You can see the way it's kind of, I know it's a big embroid for a t-shirt, but maybe it's just not right. The front does look good though.
Yeah, the front looks nice.
Right, let's try the quarter zip. This is nice. This feels good.
It's gonna be weird now in pockets.
Yeah, I said that. I like it.
I see the logo.
I like it a lot. Alright, we've tested the new uniform. I'm very happy with this one in particular. It's very nice, very comfy. Plan now is to test it for a few weeks, run it through the wash, use it day to day, see how it wears, because it is a different material that we're not used to, and it's that kind of like fluffy material, which just experience from previous pieces of clothing that it can sometimes wear a bit funny, and we don't want anything that's not going to last. But the weird thing is the t-shirt, the stitching is definitely off, and I think I'm going to speak to the manufacturer about that one, because that's just, it's not great, is it? Like, you don't want to wear a logo on your back that's purposely centered for it to be off, like, and it was over a centimeter off, which is noticeable by the eye. So I think it's worth us messaging and asking, is there anything that can be done, because I don't want to order 20 more of those for them to be all off and look a bit naff. Other than that, for an update, something really exciting has happened yesterday, actually, sort of at the back end of yesterday. We have decided as a team to take part in Movember this year. I thought Movember meant that you had to grow a mustache. Now, if you know me, I just can't grow facial hair. It's pretty abysmal, which would have been funny, to be fair, trying that. But what I found out is there's multiple ways to participate. One of them being running or walking 60 kilometers throughout the month of November. I have not run for a long time. Probably my last 5K was 2.5, 3 years ago. So this is going to be a challenge, but that's one that I've decided to take on. I know that some in the office have said that they'll grow the facial hair. Some have said that they'll do facial hair and run. Others said they'll just run. You can check out via the link below our Movember page as a team. You can see how we're doing, how much money we've raised. If you fancy chipping something in, go for it. We'd really appreciate it. But the main thing is we're raising money for a good cause, and we're challenging ourselves as well. I think that growing facial hair is a challenge. Personally, I feel a bit more scared of running or walking 60k. My plan is to try and run it. I'd love to be able to be in a comfortable state of running 5k consistently. And who knows, maybe I'll pick it up again. I only did it for a brief while. Running was just a nice thing. Obviously, loads of people say this is good for your mental health. It's obviously good for your health. But I've always found running difficult just from a boredom perspective, actually. Like, it's good sometimes for thinking, but I found that I much preferred just doing other exercises to maintain my mental health or physical health. But I'm excited for the challenge, ready to give it a go. I've got a friend who probably watches these vlogs who's currently training for the London Marathon. We hung out recently at an event for a weekend, and every day of that weekend whilst we were at this event, he was waking up in the morning and running a 10k or more, and I was just blown away by that. I can't imagine myself ever getting to that stage, but I'm excited. You can hook a left in here, but just in front, behind the BMW. There she is. Boom. The van has been collected. All is well and good. We ended up not going with fixing it for now, as it is all functioning and working, which is kind of odd considering there's a cable that has been chewed in half. But it is just the aerial cable, which apparently means it can work even if it's cut short, just the signal may not be as good. We don't use the radio. It's not a necessity. We will save it for now and then get this fixed at a later date. Yeah, massive shout out to Motivation. They ended up not charging me just for the inspection, which is absolutely phenomenal. I can't rave about them enough. They've been a family... Oh, light's gone. They've been family friends for, well, my whole life, but they've always looked after me and all of my vehicles. So if you're in Northampton, go check out Motivation. They will look after you, and they are always incredibly honest. But anyway, I'm going to head home, and that's it for Tuesday. Good morning, welcome to Wednesday. Been in the office a little bit this morning. Just first of all, starting off with a review of the 5th vlog, which goes out this week. I've just watched it all the way through, and Sam has done a really good job on that edit. Like, I'm super happy. Nothing really that I needed to change on it. It was, yeah, really, really good. I think we found a nice flow now with these vlogs, like a nice format. And we know that in certain situations when to use music, when to not. And it's feeling good, but obviously still open to you guys. If you've got anything that you think we should be doing differently or you want to see more of, just let us know. But other than that, this morning I've been prepping for a call. You might remember, I think it was either last week or the week before, I had a proposal that I'd sent off to a prospect that I was really excited about. It was within the food industry, something that we're quite keen to do more work in. And this call that I'm going to in a minute is the follow-up following the proposal, so I can address any questions or concerns that the prospect has, and hopefully if everything aligns we can move forward, which would be absolutely awesome. Other than that, today James and Sam are actually on their way down to London as I speak, filming an event with our good friends at Fresh Productions. So what we'll do is we'll cut to that now, and I'll see you after. Thought I'd switch up the scenery and come down to the studio for a little bit because I've been stuck in the office all day. But as you've just seen, the guys are obviously down in London smashing it, as always, working with our good friends at Fresh Productions. It's a series of events that we've been doing. This is the biggest one of this. They call it a road show. It's the biggest event of the road show, so hopefully it's the coolest. Our opinion so far is that the coolest one was in Edinburgh, which definitely was in this vlog a few weeks back. Some good news. So as I said earlier in the vlog, I had that call with that prospect about the food stuff. They want to go ahead, which is amazing. Like really, really good. It's a project that has a little bit of urgency, i.e. it needs to be finished before Christmas. A lot of projects will come into the pipeline and not be needed for a little while. So it's always nice being able to get straight into the action. And it's a new client, and it's a good project, and we get to play with some cool equipment. Like in the quote, it's food content, and I was desperate on this project to have an opportunity to play with a super slow motion camera. We're talking 4K, 1000 frames a second, proper cool slow-mo. So I put it in the quote as an optional item, because we don't own that, we'd have to hire it in. And I was thinking, I don't know if they'll go for it because it's expensive and it's not a necessity, but they're down for it, which is epic. So I'm excited. Can't wait to tell the guys once they get back, because they're going to be excited too. So that's awesome. And then after that, the rest of the day has been a lot of progress. So we've got an interesting shoot coming up in a couple of weeks. So I've spent the last couple of hours building a technical briefing, which I'll be doing later this week with the team once they're all back in the office. And it looks pretty good. The technical brief for this one is quite in depth because it's a very techie day. Like it's not a crazy shoot, but there's a lot of moving parts. So I've had to try and detail that, and there's still some stuff that we got to finesse, but we're in a good place for a brief, which is amazing. The other good thing to come out of today is today was the day where the government and finally announced their 2024 autumn budget thingamajig. Now, I'm not going to get into politics. I am not the person to talk about that. I don't know a single thing about it, but what I do know is that business owners, businesses across the UK, people, everybody has been a little bit on edge about what's coming. I don't fully understand everything that they discussed in their budget, but what I do know is it's not as bad as what was being spread across social media and all of the fear that was put out by the media. And I think that this is a good thing for people, for businesses, because fear restricts growth, restricts investment, restricts everybody from doing things. And what I mean by that, from our perspective, is we found this even with the election earlier this year, is that when there's a degree of uncertainty, people or companies or businesses or customers withhold making decisions until those things are released. And now that it's out, that's a good thing. It means that everyone can understand where they are, where they sit, and they can move on and make decisions and progress with projects and be happier. Even if they've got to pay more tax or whatever the hell it means, I don't know what that means. Now that it's over, we can get back to doing things and not going on social media and all you see is this has gone up by this or this is this. But it's a good thing that it's finally done and we can move on.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, camera.
First technical briefing / meeting done for the day. Very happy with that. We're all pretty confident about this new project. It's an interesting one because it's for a client in a sector that we've not worked with before. So we just wanted to be extra detailed with the brief and make sure that we're 100% clear on everything we're going to do, just to make sure that we can 100% deliver on our promise. Other than that, some wicked news to kick off our Thursday. We've officially appointed, sent the offer accepted, all of that good stuff for our new senior videographer joining the team. And he'll be joining us on the 2nd of December of this year, which is awesome. That's one of the fastest turnarounds for launching an ad to recruiting someone we've ever had, especially for a videographer role. And I'm chuffed. Really excited for this member to join the team. Really excited to see what they've got out on set in practical terms. I think that they're going to be a great addition to the team. Other than that, for today, I've got to put together a proposal for another new client, actually. It's someone we've worked with in some capacity before. We were essentially filming for one of our existing clients, like a case study type video, and the case study was of this company, and they've actually come and approached us to create a video. So that's awesome as well. Really good news, and fingers firmly crossed, that one we will get a response on after the proposal's been sent today by tomorrow, because it's quite a urgent video. It needs to be shot week after next, which is awesome. So fingers firmly crossed. I'd love to do this project. It's a really cool one. It's a bit like documentary-esque, which is quite cool. Otherwise, yeah, it's just another office-based day. This week is very office-based, but I'm going to be writing some web copy because we're trying to put together some more portfolio pages for our website. Obviously, a little while ago we launched our new website, and one thing that we're trying to do is make sure that we maintain that and keep on building on it. And we want to keep showcasing new pieces of work, new case studies, new clients, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Whilst I'm up here doing my proposals, the guys are actually busy today doing our, gosh, let me get these camera settings set up real quick. They're doing our monthly maintenance day. So every month we do a day dedicated to just going through all of our kit to test it, make sure it's happy, no firmware updates, nothing strange, you know, making sure the lenses are still sharp. We've had lenses in the past where over time they can go soft and you have to send them off for repairs, all those good things. So as I was just about to crack on with this proposal, I just looked outside and saw the guys down there just playing with the drone, so I thought I'd cut to that. But what I've noticed is Sam is also there as well, capturing some footage, which I think means we have B-roll of this maintenance day. So what we'll do is we'll cut to that now, and you can see what we get up to once a month on maintenance day. Time is just gone 7 p.m. and I am knackered. What a day. It's just been so heavy on the admin, but well needed. I've been planning lots and lots of upcoming projects towards wrapping up the end of the year. I'm in the process at the moment of just blocking out the calendar with the team, or for the team, for some new projects that are coming this week that go right into the end of the year and maybe leaking over into January, which is amazing. It's a lot of work, this one. It's a really big project, so trying to plan it out around everyone's calendars, annual leave, Christmas holiday, etc. has been a juggling act, but I'm getting there and I'm most of the way through. But I am going to call it a day and come back and revisit this hopefully tomorrow, but tomorrow is equally as chaotic. But yeah, sorry for not vlogging too much today. It is just one of those days I needed to get my head down and just focus. But I'm happy with the progress that was made. And I would rather be in this situation than be in a situation where I'm scraping the barrel trying to find work. But thankfully, this part of the year is naturally, and always has been, our busiest period. So it's really awesome, especially following the summer, which is naturally our quietest season. And this year was no, what's the word for it? My brain's gone blank. No exception. Got it. Yeah, this year, the summer was very, very quiet for us. It was like almost worryingly quiet, but thankfully, it's now become very busy again, which is awesome. And obviously tomorrow is the 1st of November, meaning November starts. So we're starting tomorrow. It's gonna be really funny actually. Ben and Max have got to come in clean shaven, and I've not seen those two without facial hair almost maybe ever. But obviously myself, I don't have bloody facial hair, but I need to still clean up a little bit, whatever's there, a little bit. And then tomorrow we take our headshots of us at the start of the month, post that out, and it all begins. But not only that, tomorrow the kilometers begin as well. I'm going to be going to the gym in the morning and trying to put in at least a little dent just to kick us off. More excitingly, we might be doing something very cool. I think this whole doing the mileage thing, well, kilometers thing, I think has got us all a little bit inspired. And today we've been discussing about the idea of doing a menace hike. James, Max, Ben have all climbed one or multiple of the 3 main peaks in the UK. But myself and Sam have never done it, and I've always wanted to do it. I actually set it as one of my New Year's resolutions for this year. Don't know if it's going to happen. We're going to look at it, look at the weather, look at availability. At the moment, there's 2 dates floating, 2 Saturdays in particular, and I'm praying that the team pull through, and hopefully we can go do it. And that would be really awesome, especially from a vlog perspective and everything. And just an epic, like, it's a team building thing, but it's also just a good laugh. And I think that that's a fun and cool way to get some of our kilometers in. And yeah, I'm quite buzzed about the idea, but I am nervous. 60k to some is probably not a lot, but I've not ran in years. So tomorrow it begins. We start putting those steps in, and we start raising money. We start growing some, in my case, probably some bum fluff, but it should be good. This week is an exciting week. Chaos for me, chaos. This is where the shitty rig comes in. Why are we here? This really sucks.